Hello everyone. In this video, we're exploring the lateral aspect of the neck. In part 1, you'll learn about the Omotrapezoid triangle, its boundaries, layers, and contents. The boundaries of the lateral cervical region. Anterior-posterior edge of the sternocleidomastoid muscle. Posterior, the edge of the trapezius muscle. Lower, the clavicle. To understand it better, anatomists divide it into two smaller triangles. The omotrapezoid triangle and the omoclavicular triangle. Let's break them down one by one. First up, the omotrapezoid triangle. Think of this as the nerve triangle of the neck. Its borders are anterior, front, border. The back edge of the big sternocleidomastoid muscle. We'll call it the SCM for short. Posterior, back, border. The front edge of the trapezius muscle. Inferior, lower border. The inferior belly of the omohyoid muscle. So, it's a small, muscular triangle on the side of your neck. Now, let's look at the layers, from the surface down. Skin, thin and mobile. Subcutaneous tissue. This is a soft, fatty layer underneath the skin. Superficial fascia. A connective tissue layer that contains thin muscle fibers called the platysma. Superficial leaf of the own fascia. This is the deep, investing fascia that wraps around the neck muscles, sternocleidomastoid and trapezius muscles. Prevertebral fascia, the deepest layer covering the spinal column muscles. The deep layer of the proper fascia and the cervical or endocervical fascia are absent in this triangle. The important stuff. Nerves and vessels. This triangle is all about the nerves. Just under the skin, you'll find cutaneous nerves from the cervical plexus, which provide sensation to the skin of the neck and scalp. The major cutaneous, sensory, nerves of the cervical plexus are the lesser occipital nerve. Supplies the skin of the upper and back part of the ear and the scalp behind it. The greater auricular nerve, the largest of the cutaneous branches. It innervates the skin over the parotid gland and mastoid process, as well as the area around the ear. The transverse cervical nerve branches into anterior and posterior rami that supply the skin of the front and sides of the neck. The supraclavicular nerves descend to supply the skin over the clavicle, shoulder, and upper thorax. Deeper down, a very important nerve passes through the accessory nerve. This is the 11th cranial nerve. The accessory nerve, your neck and shoulders' personal commander. It does two big things. It powers the muscle that turns your head and the one that shrugs your shoulder. It takes a risky path through the side of your neck, where it can easily get injured. Damage here means a droopy shoulder, a winged shoulder blade, and you can't fight someone turning your head. So remember, the accessory nerve, the boss of head turning and shoulder shrugging. And deepest of all, under the prevertebral fascia, lies the supraclavicular part of the brachial plexus. This is a bundle of nerves that will eventually travel down to supply your entire arm. It's like the main trunk of a nerve tree for the arm. Think of the brachial plexus as the main electrical wiring system for your entire arm. It's built from 5 wires coming from your spine. C5, C6, C7, C8, and T1. These wires don't go straight to your muscles. They first mix and organize themselves in a very specific way. Remember this order: roots, trunks, divisions, cords, branches. A good mnemonic to remember this is: Randy Travis drinks cold beer, roots, trunks, divisions, cords, branches. Finally, these cords become the major nerves you might know, like the median, ulnar, and radial nerves, which give you both movement and feeling in your arm and hand. The bottom line: if this network gets injured, the connection from your brain to your arm is broken, which can lead to weakness or even paralysis. That's why it's so important. So, to remember the omotrapezoid triangle, think nerves. Don't forget to subscribe to pass all exams and tests. Today you've explored part 1 of the lateral neck. In part 2, you'll learn about the omoclavicular triangle, its boundaries, layers, and contents.